All right, guys, welcome to Monday. XRP blowing, TRX dipping, Bitcoin doing nothing. Dude, what a mess. Love it, love it. Let me check up on here it is. Perfect. Welcome, my friend. How is it going, brother?
We are going to the moon.
Let's go. Let me ask you a question. Have you had your
What?
beautiful morning coffee today? Look at that.
Two.
Oh, love it. But have you have your croissant with that, man?
I had a Danish. Cherry cheese Danish.
So good. Dude, this is fantastic. After tacos, this is the next best thing, all right? No kidding.
A croissant.
The croissant.
We're long on Ethereum. We're long on Solana. We're long, strong, getting the friction on. Baby got back, baby. Let's
Oh,
go.
Solana, what a move. But have you also seen XRP?
It's a shitcoin, bro.
It's freaking awesome, bro. XRP hashtag the new Bitcoin. In fact,
Hype is awesome. Hype is doing good.
Hype is awesome. No, I'm looking at grass though.
You're smoking grass is what you're doing.
Same
How
stuff.
about virtual?
Virtual. It's not in my radar from last week, but LDO, dude, that is a good one.
Oh yeah. What about
Yeah.
WLD?
WLD? No, not trading it. Not just yet. XIBT, I'm holding also. Virtuals,
We're all long
it's
on WLD.
pumping. It was not on my radar last
44%.
week. Wow. Love it. We got, hey, what's up? We got Speed. What's up, Speed? We also have Gare. What's up, Gare? Welcome. Hypone Rock. What's up, guys? Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Great to have you. Mercedes, what's up? Hey, Corey, what's up? We have Corey. Daga DT, of course. How is it going, guys? Welcome. Let's get it rolling. Oh, almost. Chief Quimbites. What's up, brother? Let's get it started because I have a couple of trades that I want to show you that I do throughout Friday and held throughout
Show
the
me
weekend.
yours.
I show you mine, and you show me
Oh.
yours. Let's go.
I'm embarrassed already.
Love it. LDO, fantastic trade. We had a higher low in here, and for some reason my screen share is not working. Is it? Oh, there it is. All right. Link. Well, Link, it actually went against me same Friday. We were shorting it, and well, remember we took some early profits in here. We adjusted our stop loss in here. Right now, it's on the red. So let's be a little patient. We can still make it back into the green. If we are back to the green, close that trade out and let's move forward. Remember, with our adjustment or stop loss from 24 to 23.52, all right? If we and plus the what we took right down here or right there, all right, we should be breaking even if we get stopped out. That would be our first stopped out of the week. So that is not that good that we started right that, but also look at that Soul Anna, man. That played out very nice. One that I'm actually pissed out, a little mad that I did not do was XRP. I was looking at freaking XRP. XRP was on my, there it is. In fact, on Friday, we did took this trade. Went up, move over my stop to entry, and then on the way back down, let me show you right here. On the way back down, it touched me on not the right places. It took me out, man. Look at that.
Nasty, bro.
XRP was nasty, bro. So look at that, bro. I mean, he just went to hit and fall. I mean, it hit me in my stop out, man. And then the damn thing just decided to blows up. I'm pissed at XRP, but it is what it is. things that I'm looking to. You mentioned hype. It was not on my radar. I have it marked, but it was not on my radar. I was looking at Turbo too as a meme coin, and I'm looking at Grass. So here is the story behind Grass. It is a shitcoin, absolutely. But right now it's in very big lows, right? If we can get it just to drive a little bit lower, but I mean, we could have an absolutely great entry. And for some reason, I cannot find Grass. And let me see. Come on, Grass. Where are you hiding? Let's just Grass. Here it is. There it was. All right. And well, then we are Casino Money pushing a 100 USD right there at 10x. So we have a secondary entry right around this 0.63, and we're aiming for a possible, and I know I'm overshooting a little bit in here, but we're aiming somewhere on these lows at around 1.4 at 47% gains. We also need to be aware of, and we have an alert right here, that we could be jumping into a big resistance. So just be careful with that one. Just letting you know, guys, that now the altcoins are moving, I'm looking for something that has not yet popped. And Grass, let me show you how that looks on daily. So you're understanding what kind of like a shady quicksands we're standing. All right, look at that, down only. All right, down only, but look at those palms. All right, so that's what I'm trying to catch, right? That's what I'm trying to hunt. And right now, we are on the lowest that we have ever been. So I think that is a possible opportunity, but you need to understand that that is Casino Money. All right, so if you have already a little bit on your Casino Money that you're willing to lose just for the fun of it, hopefully we don't. Well, then this is your entry, Grass. And I picked up Grass because of hackers and because of Alex on Crypto. And right now, let me see his surprise face because he doesn't like Grass. But he always says at the Friday, go touch some Grass. And every single time that I see this, I do it. It's Alex telling me in the background to get it.
To buy it. Yeah, that's the signal, the trade signal, right?
Absolutely. So that's what I have had. But I also was looking and following at your morning show today, and I saw you taking some trades. How that went?
Did you see the open range breakout trade I gave at the end of the stream?
Dude, I did. Pretty fantastic.
Printing, bro. Printing. Still in that trade right now, up like $800. Yeah, man. Kicking ass, taking names, bro. That's how we roll. Let's take a look if we want. Took one loss this morning too. Was good decision as well. So, you know, I'm currently long on WLD. I felt like being a degen right now. So I put a little bit of risk on, and I took the WLD trade. I'm up $400 on
Holy shit.
on this shit coin. It's moving like this, OC. It's like, anyways, we won't go there. How about something real here? No, 1 second. I'm gonna take some more profit. I don't wanna. Yeah, I don't want to mess around here, man. I'm gonna take my money and run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. $500 on a poop coin, quick. Yeah. So looking at this, really, really choppy, right? Really choppy. The thing here to understand, in my opinion, is the setup here. So a lot of the time, we know rate cuts are coming now. So what is this, right? We telling you last week, every day, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So the market right now is buying the rumor. Okay. What is telling you that? Well, I think Solana told you that last night, right? She called you up. She's like, "Hey, baby. Oh, see, we got long down here, bro."
Holy shit.
At 200.
that.
Yeah, we caught this down here. which
At
is great. I mean, I
201.
exited here. 201 we got long. Yeah. Yeah. A very simple strategy, which I teach here as well, right? So if you look here, we had the breakout on Solana last night. Breakout, and I was looking for a retest. No reason to enter trade here, right? So what do? We come back down to my buy level down here. And all we're doing is waiting for the break of structure, right? So we come in, we get bottoming structure, break of structure. Now it's golden pocket, right? Golden pocket or 382. You're just trying to get long in here, stop loss below the low, looking for continuation out. And I got out right here. But I mean, I made like $1,800, so I don't really care, right? Obviously, it went to Valhalla. But that's it, man. Like, you set the trap. I closed it because I don't like to go to bed with trades open. But look at this perfect little balloon dog too, right? The little nice ears and everything. But nice push for Solana. Solana has really shown you. Who said so 3 weeks ago now? I said Solana's going to lead, right? What's happened, right? We go over to Bitcoin pairs. Why is Solana leading? Well, look at it outperform Bitcoin, right? If we go over to the higher term timeframes here, this is where I said this was the evidence right here. This break. This was where, look at this big thing, okay? This was where, what's the Solana long TP? We can have a look at that. But this was the tell, right? And you have this breakout continuation trade here, right? But it's this move here, right? Look at this, suppressed, right? Suppressed against Bitcoin the whole time. Beautiful Wyckoff accumulation model. Okay. Beautiful. So for this, when we look at Solana, take profits, obviously, where we would look for it to go is all-time highs, right? Where did ETH go? If ETH led the way, it's a two-legged race, right? ETH and Solana. Let's be real, right? In OC's case, he's three-legged. You know what I mean? But we need to be all-time highs our target, right? Look at the ramping here on Solana. I can get rid of all of this in here. Okay. There's no chill, as they say. All the cool kids say no chill, right? So look at this, right? Massive ascending. Every dip has been bought up. There's no reason to fade this yet. What are we looking for right now? An SFP, right? First and foremost, we're looking for this sweep of the high, right? That's what we're looking for. Sweep of the high and rejection. Initially, right? If this happens, you're lucky. You're lucky, in my opinion. Typically, once they start going, they don't let you catch up, right? Now, it doesn't mean that we're not going to come back for this liquidity at some point, okay? I don't need you to take off your bullish slippers, your hopium slippers, and put on your thinking cap. What are they doing right now? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, so a nice pump this morning. Also, Monday. What is Monday? False move, right? What do we have tomorrow? Jobs. What do we have Thursday? Inflation. No good. So they have a revision on jobs tomorrow and then inflation coming in on Thursday. We want inflation to be flat. We don't want inflation to be high. If inflation is high and the jobs are plummeting, the big R word comes into play. And we don't want them to panic cut. We want them to stimulate and promote job creation. Okay, so there's a big difference between them cutting 0.25 and 0.5 basis points. Okay, so macro golden pocket is our resistance right now. Macro, very, very macro golden pocket retracement level here. Okay. Got to flip it 218. Okay, got to flip 218. Right now we're banging our heads on it. We'll see if it can flip it. And then it's all-time high. Okay, not a lot in front of us for Solana. Looking good. So going back to Bitcoin and like what happened today on the trading day and why I took this trade. And I gave this trade on the live stream after. I just hit 16,000 subscribers, OC. Look at that. Who would have thought?
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so the first area here, thank you, was here. I was looking for a breakdown. Why? Okay, because typically I short this all day. Okay, so what do you have? You have liquidity below us. You have 4 drives of bearish divergence. You have an SFP of the high and a failure to push out. Okay. So there's plenty of here to justify me taking a short this morning, which I did. I lost this short, but I did take the short here. Okay. I recognized in the patterns of the candles that this was not a strong move. Okay. Why? Well, we zoom in here. Let's go into the 1 minute. What happened here, and I'm typically trading on the 3 minute, but what happened here, so I'm taking the short on this breakdown right here. So I short right here. Because I have topping structure, liquidity, we sweep down. Now I could have taken like $100. I didn't. And it comes back and it stays in here and it hovers. So I make the decision to cut the trade. Now I could have held through this volatility in here, but for me, I'd rather take the loss. So I took the loss. I re-entered long. So I took a $300 loss. I re-entered long, then I made $200 on the long. And then I left the stream and I said a failed or breakdown reclaim is bullish. Okay. And I can teach you how to trade the orb, but it's also your interpretation of the orb. So the trade was this, where I got long in here. Stop loss below the low. Target was the 786 level up in here, which is up here. I'm currently out of this trade now. But what is this? So we failed to break down. There's your failure. You can even long right here. Stop loss below the low. I waited for a reclaim. So I waited for a retest. We got the retest because I like this. I like when it just goes, bro. Like that's how I trade. So reclaim here, continuation out. Okay. Sign of strengths, reclaiming and going. The confluence in this trade was that we failed to lose significant lows. So we swept significant lows. If we go on a higher term time frame, this is much more apparent. Okay, so 5 minute time frame here. So this is a sweep and engulfing candle here of this low. And we didn't really break down, did we? Okay, we retraced. We go on a 15 minute time frame here. This is a higher low, right? And continuation out. Okay. Holding this zone in here and pushing out is very bullish. And then looking at the confluence, which I use all the time, the NASDAQ this morning was up only. Okay. And this was the orb reclaim right here. Breakout, retest, and go. 1020. Okay. Confluence. Not perfect, but good, right? And it's just the fact that it's holding. If we pushed here and we broke down, I'm shorting this thing. Okay. So far, so good. So Bitcoin here, a little bit of toppiness. What we're doing right now is we're coming up to the liquidity in the highs here. This is such an ugly chart, isn't it, OC? It's so ugly, bro. This last,
Oh, it is.
it's so ugly. Like this price action from here, even here, this low, like this is gross. Yeah. Remember I said, what is this? Welcome to September. Remember? Look how ugly this is. This is disgusting. So I highly suggest you lower your position size. You increase your stop loss. Give yourself some wiggle room. OC can show you the trick to calculating wiggle room. This is OC's wiggle room. So even though when he buys the top, he still makes money.
Let's go.
But yeah, right now you have imbalance. You've taken that balance. You're selling people right now on a big pump. What do you think is going to happen, everybody? The thing that I do like here, others' dominance, trying to break out right now. This is bullish for altcoins. Oops. Okay. Into key resistance, but very bullish for altcoins. If this can get going, and you can see, you look through here, you can see some things are just doing really well. AI16Z, ENA. Okay. Even the FET, Render, all having a nice move. The AI tokens are waking up right now, which is bullish in my opinion. There's a rotation of capital happening, okay? We have Solana and we have AI going off right now. Look at BitTensor, right? BitTensor, big breakout right now. Okay, these are all very bullish moves. But what happened last time when Jerome Powell spoke and he was speaking, right? Woohoo! Bye-bye. So be aware that we could still very easily dump. That's all I'm trying to warn you about. The SPY still looks strong. All-time highs, retracement, continuation. Solana still looks strong, trying to push 3 drives. So whenever you have 3 drives, okay, you're looking for what? Mitigation and breakdown. Lose at the low, retest, and off you go. Okay, whenever you get something like this, please be careful. Okay. For Bitcoin, my macro outlook is we must close above this high. Okay, we must close above this high here. And then we must break that high that we closed above. Break. Then we can get Giga Chad long. But I would expect this. Because I'm a bear. I'm not a bear. That's what I would everybody says I was Giga Chad in trading. I don't know what a Giga Chad is, but that guy's cool.
Yes.
You got to make my chin bigger.
Let me show you what a chat is. That is a chat.
So it's gangster then. Cool.
Yeah. There's a war between chats and what was the other one?
Karen?
What?
Karen?
No. Another one. It's like they sometimes they tell you are like, I don't know. I don't quite remember the word. If you guys can help me out there, there's a chats that are a little more wild like this, and then the other ones that they are more like a haircut, and they're also like slim and well dressed, but they're not as big as a chat. If that makes sense. I don't quite remember,
As
but
long as
it was.
as long as it's masculine, bro, and
Oh yeah,
you
it
know,
is. It is. It is. It's like nerds
I ain't no
versus
bitch.
geeks, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they both are within the same world. So that is an absolutely I mean, that what were you showing, that was an absolutely great chart. But yeah, I do agree that that price action on Bitcoin, it was pretty shitty. Let's go take out at something that I'm looking at into Litecoin. Litecoin is not looking that shitty. We are right now on a make or break. Something important is that we are on an indecision candle. So I know this is like, yeah, either goes up or goes down, right? I mean, come on.
What
But the
about
point is,
you got to look at gold, bro.
oh yeah, baby. I was
Holy
looking at
shit.
gold. It is breaking, like it's driving. Let me bring this up in here. Let me see where is
Do you know what?
Trader
Do you know
View.
what gold's Chinese name is?
What is it? No, I don't know. You left me there.
Go to the chat.
Oh. Oh, I love it. I see it. Absolutely. 100% real. All right. So we're looking at this trend line for gold, right? And we have a breakout. Oh, I don't know why it moved on me, but it was a pretty good trend line right there. And well, we're looking for this long. Not only that, we also had a short, which did not play it out very nicely, but that was still all right. And well, if you lost your entry right here, remember we were looking 1, 2, 3, and the previous short. All right. The short did not play it out in here, which we were expecting to then bounce up. We did bounce up, breakout retest, continuation, and off we go. Remember that I've been buying gold for a little bit while, and who is in charge of the gold wallet? It's right here, my wife. She's the one with the gold keys, of course. And well, we are getting into a rejection zone, if you mind me saying. Right here, I was expecting, or I am expecting a little bit of a rejection. I would love to see a big pullback on gold, and that is not because of gold. I mean, gold can keep going up only, right? But I don't really care. I already bought gold. I like gold, and I'm not gonna be selling my gold. But this is talking about uncertainty in the markets. This is talking about a possible rejection. This is talking about big man, I just say untrust on the future, right? So what's going to happen? And this is what I want to get a little bit serious in here. Piper have been talking about this, right? Job numbers, bad numbers, right? Rate cuts. And then when those two combine, well, then we get a recession. So this is actually reflecting that recession. And I want to see gold coming back down. And that is not because of the gold price, but that is because of the stock market. If we can get a little bit of a better economy, if we get a little bit more of the stock market action, we might be seeing a better, I don't know, a better response to the inflationary segments that we've been seeing right now in the markets, or signals that we've been seeing in the market. So it's not that I like to see Bitcoin dump. I just like to see not having a recession. That's it, right? So important. If you're gonna be buying gold, if you're really feeling the FOMO on gold, wait for this red box to break out. All right. If we break out and continue, this is going to the moon and our economy is going to shit. All right. And it's not, I'm not any guru guys or anything like that. All right. But things are pointing out in the macro environment that that is going to be the direction. Okay. And it's not that if we break gold top, the economy is going to shed because gold breaks. All right. No, no, no. It's just like, all right, gold is reflecting the uncertainty in the markets. If we start breaking big resistances to the upside, that means people are not or are putting their money outside a riskier environment. And what is a riskier environment right now? The US dollar, the yuan, the I don't know, the ruble, the peso, whatever fiat, right? and putting into gold. And also, if they already have some investments, like that being said, Tesla, I don't know, MicroStrategy, Microsoft, whatever you name it, they're also taking their money, they're cashing out, and they're putting that money back into gold. All right, so that is just a reaction of the economy or what people are doing in this economy. And I don't want to sound like the old 60s in this economy, right? But we're in one of those phases.
Oh,
But
fuck.
I
I'm
know.
done.
But like we need to be a little realistic, right? Markets are reacting. Markets are reacting. And this comes with a warning. I'm not gonna stop trading Bitcoin. I'm not gonna stop trading altcoins. I'm gonna be more careful what doing so. Absolutely. Guys, I mean, look at my trades. They're not full trades. They haven't been for the last, what is it, 3 weeks? I've been doing quarter of an entries, half of an entries, distributing my entries. I'm looking for that big pullback that we can still have. All right. Warning, not because we have bad number data means that we're coming down. That's actually bullish for altcoins because that mostly that makes a little bit more of a certainty. Is not as certain, but it's pushing more into a certain ish, if we can call it that way, that we're gonna have some rate cuts. And rate cuts are good for risky markets, even if the economy is plumbing. Guys, this is something important. And you see this. If you are starting investing, these are two things that I want to show you, right? One, I learned it from a YouTuber that I will not be mentioning right now. It's a very good one. Maybe in the future we can talk about it. And I've shown one of his videos in here, but he mentions this, and this he backs this up with math, all right, and historical facts. What is the best day of investing? After the worst day, right? And that's because you're buying the dip, right? So people steer with fear in the market. So when you have extreme fear, that is the best area of investing. You're buying low, right? What is that? Then the best area to sell when everybody is like hype, all right? When everybody is trying to buy. So just be careful out there, all right? We are in between pump and dumps, all right? I mean, bad numbers of jobs, all right? That is bullish-ish or a bullish air in the markets, not because there are bad numbers in jobs, but because that almost guarantees a rate cut, right? Right now, we haven't had enough rate cuts, but historically speaking, if we have a rate cut with these numbers, we might have a recession, all right? So pump and dump, pump and dump. Just be careful out there. And that's because we're talking about gold and altcoins, right? So when we start mixing these two, that's a it is economy. Man. I know. I feel like that, bro. uh, oh shit. Oh man. But guys, other than preparing an exit plan and expect the unexpected, all right, trade the day. All right. That's what I'm trying to say, all right? Do not go like rushing to your bank and extract all of the money and pushing between your matrix underneath your matrix, right? I mean, move it smarter. Also, DCA is the way. Even in the worst, absolute worst economy crash ever, all right, whoever didn't sold, they get their money back, all right? So that is important. Who's going to be selling? Unexperienced people that are fearful in the market and people that did not. And this is the most important one, guys. And we could be in here because I've also been in there. And I don't want you to be part of this secondary group. It is people that know what they're doing, but they're overinvest. They get too comfortable in their position, right? They're making money. We're making money. We're nailing some trades. You said, you know what? I can maybe put my rent money just for this week since we are being so consistent, right? And we've been making money. Maybe I can do an extra point, and then the thing plumps, right? And then what you do, you sell at a loss because you need to pay the rent, right? And then that becomes a downward spiral. Don't be in that position, guys. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose. All right. If you cannot afford to lose anything, then do DC8 and cut out your investings. Important. Trading is not investing, it's commerce. All right. You are buying and selling for a profit. You're not investing. Investing is over time and it over time conditions. All right. So you want to talk about that because Bitcoin is shit, man. Because what wasn't that croissant? Because gold is pumping and also all of the altcoins are pumping. But but the main economy is at the edge of the cliffs. So we might have a pump right now. All right. But in the near future, might be too fast when we turn around and we say, hey, recession. So just giving you an early fair warning. Let's move into the next thing here because I've been too bearish. I want to light this up. All right. Litecoin. Litecoin, I have two possibilities: either we break or make, or we don't break and we don't make. All right. So the point is, I want you guys to be prepared for whatever it happens. Litecoin is making a 4-hour on the session candle. I think it's gonna be a continuation to the upside. All right. So that is plan A. And if we get plan A, as we hit this stop, we're going to be waiting for a retracement. And then our target, it's all the way up here at 121. So remember, I'm looking for a breakout, retest, support, off we go. All right. Why? Because our next support area was already gone. So nothing to do there. If for some reason we start losing that trend line and yep, it was not adding an alert. I just realized that. So let me add an alert to that trend line. Perfect. If we start breaking that trend line to a downside, most likely we might have a secondary opportunity to buy the bottom here for a possible double bottom on daily. That being said, somewhere between 108 and 107 for our next entry if we break the trend line. Talking about another one that is Dutch, all right? Talking about meme coins. Dutch, we are on a retracement area, right? Be careful in here because despite we're driving into a big, huge, loud order block, which is highly bearish, look at what had happened here, especially on daily. Let's go to daily. And you see that I have two purple lines, one in here and one in there, right? What had happened on that purple line that we have an order block in here? Look at that, rejection. We push a little bit farther through rejection. Right here, rejection. That's exactly how we took that short, which played out very nicely. Back of the zone, rejection. Right now, we have a breakout. It's not about the breakout, guys. It's about the what? It's about the retest. So, a possible rejection might be on its way, right? So, rejection zones, that would be fantastic. We get a rejection because on daily, we went ahead a higher low. And then la resistance, yes. La resist. What is that? Retestio. Yes. La retestio. Love it. The retest. So coming back for the retest, and you can see right here that I have created a trend line in here, and then I move manually. I push that trend line up in high in here, creating basically, let's lock this up, by the way, creating a area or a channel of entry. So if the price comes back inside in here, I'm gonna be looking for a bounce back up. So me comfy in spot and says you never grow then you go 50x leverage. No, man, stay in spot. Stay in spot. That's what I got so far. We're getting at the end of the class. Hopefully I did not scare you guys out, but I think sometimes it's important to not only look at other indicators, but also look at why things are moving and what is the pattern behind that movement, right? Because for an unexperienced trader, I mean, this might bring so much euphoria that you tend to lose the floor or the ceiling, depending on how things are moving, all right? So just be careful. Right now, bad numbers are good for the market instantaneously, but for the midterm are very bearish, all right? Uncertainty in the markets is what makes it move. Certainty in the market is what makes it steady, all right? Even in big depressions. So if for some reason you forget about this and then you are losing your mind on a downtrend, remember, if you're on a spot, all right, you only sell when you are on profits. And do not over leverage. Do not over leverage. Do not over invest, and keep your guys safe out there in the markets. Alex, before we wrap things up, do you have anything else for the public in here?
Yeah, just practice patience. Jumping on a trend is easier than it looks. Okay, look for retest continuation trades. Don't buy tops. Don't buy green candles. You wait for pullbacks. You look for order block retracements. Look for revisit of previous highs. Okay, just the name of the game is waiting. Let it run. When it snaps back, that's when you attack. Okay, so just be patient out there, and getting a little bit overextended right now. So we'll see where we get to. Trade safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let's get it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Alex, as always, such a pleasure to have you around. Reggie, great to see you back, my friend. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.